Okay, so here is a super fast review of how you do this kind. First of all, you can't trust the positive 3. This is an answer of negative 3 and positive 5. Do you remember what we did to the two numbers? We averaged them. We averaged them. You add them together, which adds up to 2, and then you divide by 2, and what's 2 divided by 2? It's 1. And is that the vertex? No, but that's the start of the vertex, and then you take that 1 and you stick it up in the original, 1 and 1, and then you go 1 plus 3 is 4, and times, and did I say this was always going to be negatives or opposites? Yeah, 4 and negative 4, and so you go 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. There you go, that's how you do that one. And again, I know this is at super high speed, but I want to kind of just give you an overview. All right, so this one, notice it's got 0 in the x. If I had wanted to, I could have just written that, and you would have had to know that that means that the middle part is 0. Okay? Do you get that? That means there's no b. The a is 1, the b is 0, and the c is 4. Stop clicking your pen. This is x equals negative b, and then there's a whole bunch more, and then it's all over 2a. That's what we use this time to find the vertex on this kind. And so it's negative b over 2a. I like to do the skeleton thing. Negative over 2, there we go, see? Skeleton bones, and there you can stick the numbers in there. And the b is 0, don't make me come and get that pen, over 2a, and the a is 1, and that's 0 over 2, and that is 0. Did I find the whole vertex? No, but I found the first part. 0, comma, something. Okay, so that would involve the formula, negative b over 2a. Then, once I got this 0, what do? Stick it back up in the problem. 0 and 0. And what does that make total then? 0 and 0 and 4, it makes 4. All right, I'm going to give you one just like that now, and you should be able to do them. Is there any parts of this that you didn't get? All right, and this next one's you're going to do together as a group, as I'm going to ask people for different parts. Now, some of you are smart enough to do it all yourself and just boom, done. Others of you are going to need to wait for the hints, all right? All right, so if you're going to solve this one and find its vertex, first thing you're going to do is average a couple numbers. Hopefully you know what numbers. So Mr. S, tell me what you did right there. You did 4 and negative 2. What were you doing? Yeah, yeah. And you're finding, just so you know, what you were doing is called finding the solutions. That's the solutions. Okay, now tell me what to do. If I put this into the x, oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, we want to get your answer first, though. You're right. We want to get the answer and put it in, but what is the answer? How'd you get the 2? 4 minus 2 is 2. All right, but wait. But wait, he's forgetting something. 2 is right so far. You add these together, you add them together, and you get 2. But then that's not the answer. Divide by 2. Got to divide by 2. You forgot to divide by 2, didn't you? And the answer is 1. All right. Next, in the back. One of you two. Either one of you know what to do with that 1 that we just figured out? Okay. So tell me what you get when you put it in for x. All right. That's a 1, and that's a 1. That's a 3. What's that one? What's 3 times negative 3? That's how you would have done that one. Okay, you guys did that one almost. Not quite ready for you to leave yet. And here's the other kind. That kind you can't do by find the 2 answers and average them and blah, blah, blah. This one needs a formula. Do you know that formula? X equals... Nope, just the beginning and the end. That's correct. And then I'm going to make little skeleton for them here and here. Do you know what to put in? That was B, and that was A. So shh, don't. Okay, and it's not 7. Just ignore him. He's trying to mess with your head. So B is 0. How do you know B is 0? Because there's nothing in there. That's C. That first one, the lead one is always A. There's no B in there. So you say 0B. All right. So B is 0. You were right about that. Now what should I put for A? 1. So I'm putting a 1 here. And then I get 0 over 2. What's that? 0. Am I done? Oh. 0 is the beginning. Mr. TW, what do I do with that? Plug it up in there. All right. So I'll put it up in there. It goes right where the X is. And then I got 0 squared plus 6. What's that? Yeah. All right. Now, I did that with your help. Now, this is the part where you've seen it a couple times. You should be able to handle this. Here's 2 problems. I'm going to call them A and B. And I come to check your answers, I'd like it if you would label them as A's answers here and B is there. Because I know you did some practice already. Some of you guys, half your sheet's already full. So when I come around, it's going to be hard for me to see where they are. So here's part A. Is what if it was X minus 8 and X plus 2? And then for part B, what if there's no middle term and it just says X squared minus, be careful with that, X squared minus 4. All right, solve those 2. Find the vertex for those 2. I'll pause while you give that a shot. These are the worked out answers for those 2 questions. And I am curious. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, so this, quiet guys, this is the answer for the first one. This is the answer for the second one. That's how you show the work. This one used B squared. No, it's not. It's not B squared minus 4. I see. It was, what was that formula again? Negative B over 2A. All right, good. All right, now there's only one other thing, other major topic that's on this coming test. The hardest thing is to find the vertex thing. But there is something else, and it is factoring. You know, if I take this, I'm going to do an easy one just to remind you. I can factor it like this, X and X, and then I think about what numbers could go where. Remember this deal? This is called factoring. This is one of those things you have to know for the final. All right, X plus 1. X plus 1. Good. And the firsts make, this and this will make X squared. This and this will each get you a 1X, which makes 2X. And the last is 1 times 1, which a lot of people think is 2, but it's actually 1. See how I get the original problem back? That's factoring. Do you remember how to factor? Let's find out. Don't say it, but write what you think the factors are, because this is general form, or sometimes we call it standard form, and this one's called factored form. So that's its part on the test. They're not going to be incredibly hard ones, but you have to be able to factor. So give that one a shot. Okay, so here we go. You should have X in the front of both of those. Anybody can do that. Now, what are the other 2 numbers? What do you think? 2 and 2. He says 2 and 2. How do you know he's wrong? Why are you saying that you think he's wrong? Because 2 times 2 is not 2, is it? It says 4. Okay, so I didn't know we had to do that part. Okay, it's a 1. They were right. Okay, raise your hand if you would have had that one right. All right, that one is called factoring. All right, you're drifting. You're drifting. Did you know how to do that one or not? Okay, good. All right, so the last kind that is on your test, which isn't today or tomorrow or even the next day, we have plenty of days to review this, but the last kind is where they say it's this, X squared, no, wait, I'm wrong. X plus 3 squared plus 5, and they say what is the vertex and what is general form. The vertex is super easy. Remember the deal where you don't trust the stuff on the inside? So what's the vertex of this? Negative 3 comma 5. That's it. Done. You can see them. And then when they're in this form, that's the vertex. See, it's that quick. That's the kind you hope for on the test is like, what's the vertex of this? Because it's just right there. No work. Okay, but then the other thing you got to be able to do with it is to multiply it all the way out. So here's the dumb way to do it because it doesn't work. X squared and 3 squared, and then you add 5. Totally wrong. What do you have to do instead? This is what squared really means. And then you add 5. You get what I'm saying? You break that up. Then I do all of this, which is 4 parts. And when it's all done, you add 5 at the end. I'd like you to try this one right now. Okay, so here we go. You should have said x squared. How many of you had an x squared in your answer? Did you not have one? All right, good. Then, did you get that there was a 3x and another 3x, making a total of 6x? Raise your hand if you had a 6x in your answer. Good. And then the last thing is the 3 times 3 is 9. Why is somebody saying 14? Because you add the 5 and you get 14. But you may have been able to get 14, but do you know what that's called? What is this called? Is that called factored form? No. It's called standard form. All right, good. That's all I got for you for today. The review worksheet is coming out.